And we're back with another episode of Before You Buy. That show where we give you some straight up gameplay and our first impressions of the latest games releasing. It's me, Jake Baldino today, and we figured we'd end the year like we did last year, talking about an Avatar game, because Avatar Frontiers of Pandora just got a big old DLC release called From the Ashes. This is significant because it also is hot off the heels of the whole Avatar game getting a full update, including a third-person mode. So we figured it was a good time to jump back in, especially with the movie coming out. I'm excited personally, but just so you know, I've been playing a review copy for a few days, and this footage is all captured running on PC, and it's going to be spoiler-free. So the way it works is you buy the From the Ashes DLC and you access it from the main Frontiers of Pandora game. Like, the main menu will present you with two options because this is like a whole standalone separate experience. When you start, the game does ask if you want to import your character that you were playing through with Frontiers of Pandora, but you're not actually playing as that character. That character will make an appearance in the game as like a story character, but this whole From the Ashes adventure is from the perspective of Solek.
Crews, keep your head on a swivel.
Solek! Be ready, brother! This enemy is quick!
So are we.
He was from the main game, if you remember. He was kind of like the strong, silent, older warrior type, but he was pretty badass. He was pretty cool. So this game kind of centers around him. It takes place a year after the events of the main game, and after that, they were all settled, and Solek kind of found this like adopted family with all the characters from that game. But then, unfortunately, the Fire Na'vi come to town, known as the Ash Clan, and everything is screwed up. The intro, you get to play as Solek in top form. He is a complete badass with all these skills and all these sick weapons. Then, after the whole big showdown with these new Na'vis coming on the scene, you're left for dead, you're stripped of your powers, and you kind of start from square one. So you really get a whole full Avatar game experience here. Once again, learning the ropes, being tutorialized, building up your character, slowly earning weapons, crafting upgrades, you know, the whole kit and caboodle. If you didn't play Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, you need to know that I thought it was pretty underrated. It's actually pretty good. It is very much a Ubisoft game. It follows the Ubisoft Far Cry formula pretty closely, but while it sticks to that, it also does a really good job just representing the Pandora experience, the feel of running around like an overpowered big blue cat alien. You get to fly on things, ride on things, and explore this beautiful world. So if you liked Avatar, like when that game came out, I recommended it to a lot of you, if you like those movies a lot. And I would definitely say the same with From the Ashes here, because it is just another good experience. It starts off fairly linear, it's pretty cinematic, but then it sets you loose. And then again, you get to do kind of like a condensed version of what you did in the main game with a lot of new spins. There's a new sub-region called the Ravines that looks pretty cool, but one of the things I found most interesting is how it revisits original areas from the main game. So now the OG like forest area in the game is now completely changed, and it seems like it does change throughout the story because this Fire Clan is now here. Ash Clan is here now, and they're burning things down. So everything has a real different feel to it, and it's got a new sense of beauty to it. Where in the original game, it was very much like, ooh, the glowing plants, the beautiful moons in the skies, the floating islands. Now you see smoke, flames, fire, forests burning down, singed landscapes that are glowing with embers. It's pretty cool. And it's all been looking and running pretty well. It's just a technically impressive game. It was when it released, and it does now. A couple little glitches here and there, but nothing crazy. Since it's been a while since this game has come out, and it has received like other DLCs and other updates, like it's pretty smooth. It's really fun to play. Even when it launched, it was just a very playable game in terms of like movement, controls. Everything felt really, really good. and it makes you feel really powerful. You, like I said, you do feel like you are this like giant blue alien guy that is stronger than a lot of the shit you're fighting against, technically. And now I think the developers at Massive like deserve real props here for adding an entire third-person mode to the game. People think that it's like you just flip a switch and suddenly the game is in third person, but I think it takes a little bit more work than some people realize, and they put the work in here because the third-person mode is pretty darn good. It's not perfect. It still kind of feels a little bit like a Bethesda game when you switch from first to third person. Some of the movement is a little weird, but you've got all the animations. The character runs around, animates, controls really well, and it doesn't feel like a compromise switching to third person, which is important. In interior sections, I do find myself just switching back to first person because of how big you are. I guess it's like little growing pains there with that, but otherwise, third person mode was a good way to play. I played through a lot of it in third person. But the only thing I think that third person mode kind of loses is that real sense of speed and power and momentum. I guess it's like the change in perspective, but in first person, when you're running through the trees, you're running on logs, you're doing super jumps, you're gliding, you're doing whatever, you really feel super fast and furious. And when you're playing in third person, that kind of slows down a little bit. Your jump looks not as cool. You don't feel as fast, even if you technically are as fast. The first person mode, they just did a really good job making you feel the momentum and feel the rush of being a Navi. Third person, you don't feel it as much, but again, it's still cool to see your character on screen because you can get different armor sets. You can equip like a full armor set for bonuses like head, chest piece, legs, and there's other cosmetic stuff to unlock as well, partially tied to actually hunting down some members of the Ash clan. In the world, there are like a significant handful of these Manquan raiders, which are just badass Navi guys that you can fight and kill. And squaring off against Navi is new for this DLC, and it's pretty cool. It's cool to fight somebody your size that feels really lethal and powerful. And anytime one does show up and you guys square off, it does usually feel like a dangerous fight. And it's cool when you fight one and you kill one, Solek actually like takes their tokens and he collects them and he keeps them on his arm. Kind of like how in the original game he was like a collector of dog tags, so it's a cool little nod. You could track in the menu, like you have your quest log and all that, but you can also track your kills of these guys. And speaking of dog tags, that's how this works now. Like you have a skill tree once again, and you level up, you earn XP, and the points you earn are called dog tags. And then you unlock abilities, and there's a lot of cool different abilities. More health, better slow-mo, auto slow-mo when you're aiming, the ability to see patrol paths of marked targets when you're like stealthing around, a lot of stuff like that. You also now have access to a warrior sense ability that if you fill up your bar during combat, you are able to trigger it by pressing both of the thumbsticks in. And this is like a temporary superpower mode where you deal a lot more damage and take a lot less damage. So it's kind of like a badass Navi rage mode, and it's cool. And from there, you can also extend the length of it. You can upgrade that to give it little perks as well. And the story so far has been pretty cool. It's definitely got its moments. It's not hitting super hard, but for me, it's really the moment-to-moment stuff. It's being able to explore this world, grab weird fruit, then like cook it back at your base camp for like stamina bonuses, hopping on your Ikron like as it catches you midair while you're falling, and then flying around. And also, again, just running around and taking out enemy forts. You're fighting the RDA. There's like a new RDA bad guy this time around that's working with the Ash clan. So you're still killing a lot of men and ripping dudes out of robot mechs and stuff like that. And it's all still really great. There's like a bunch more finishing moves that just look really cool. And this game, like the base game, did a really good job of just that power fantasy. The throw of a spear, the thwack of an arrow, all feels like it has a lot of power behind it. And the finishers and all that just really go a long way. Again, the game is still focused a lot on eliminating this hostile, like, you know, force that is coming in, trying to colonize, and you're taking out their operations by taking down forts. If you go into the forts head on, they're going to be pretty tough, but there are like outposts and camps that are all connected to these forts in the corresponding region that you can take out first to kind of whittle away the defenses and then finish off the forts. It's a fun way to do things, even if it's pretty familiar if you've played a lot of Far Cry games, but still it works really well. And then there's like one big bad one at the end called command-based Ares. Ultimately, I think this is a good time. It's more thrilling Avatar stuff. If you played Frontiers of Pandora and thought like, I don't really need any more, I think this is a good way to go back in because now you're playing as an established character. You're not creating your own Navi. You're playing as an existing guy, one that you already, have some history with the main game. You can customize him, like I said, his armor, his body paint, but he is his own character, and it's cool to see him go through this journey and encounter other Na'vi from his past, and it just feels a little bit of like a different Avatar Na'vi story compared to the main game, where the main game felt like it was trying to really give people the greatest hits of a James Cameron like Avatar experience. From the Ashes is getting a little bit more loose with it. It's having fun with it. It's violent. It's pretty intense. It's action packed, and it's cool. Is it for everyone? No. Some people will always dunk on Avatar, and again, it's very Ubisoft, so if you're not into the formulaic thing, I get it. But if you like living in this world and now fighting dudes that are throwing fire at you, it's pretty interesting. It definitely engaged me for a couple of days. Again, from a technical standpoint, I had no issues. Like, the game looked and performed very well. I did have in an early mission a quest marker disappear, and I found that frustrating. I just restarted the game and it came back. No big deal. I didn't really lose any progress, but ultimately it's a good time, and it also did a good job of getting me excited to go see the new movie. So I'm gonna go do that now, but for now, this is a before you buy. You know how this goes. I give you some pros, some cons, and some personal opinion. So now I want to hear yours in the comments. Did you play Frontiers of Pandora when it released in December of 2023? It feels like forever ago, but let me know if you were into that. If you saw Fire and Ash in theaters, let me know what you think, and let me know if you're jumping into From the Ashes here. Let's talk about anything Avatar, Na'vi, Pandora, Ewa, whatever you want, down in the comments. Hit me up. If you like this video and seeing the gameplay on screen here nice and crispy, maybe it helped you out, maybe informed your decision, well then clicking the like button's all we ask for. It helps us. Thank you. But thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you guys next time.